I came to these mountains to unravel how the Taliban in Afghanistan are based from here across the border in Pakistan. In these remote mountain valleys of Pakistan's northwest frontier province, the Taliban can hide, train, smuggle weapons and launch military strikes against US forces in Afghanistan. For generations, the border here has been little more than a vague blur among the peaks. And that is what is crippling the American effort in Afghanistan.
To put it simply, America cannot win the war in Afghanistan. Certainly can't win it with bombs and bullets, and it can't win it in Afghanistan alone. For part of the answer lies here, where I'm standing, in these mountain valleys in Pakistan on the Afghan border, because this is Al-Qaeda and Taliban territory. Right now, there's as many as 100 Taliban on that mountaintop, between the snow-capped peaks and amid those trees. They're currently under siege from local villagers who are driving them from their bunkers. But at the end of the day, it's the Pakistani military who tolerates the presence of groups like the Taliban. And it's not until America can start cutting deals with these people that there's any hope of the attacks on American troops coming to an end.
The key leader the US may have to deal with is this man, Mullah Muhammad Omar, the one-eyed cleric who actually created the Taliban and led its regime. The man who, after the 9/11 attacks, sheltered Osama bin Laden, choosing war with the US rather than surrender bin Laden. Even with a $10 million reward on his head, Mullah Omar has defied all American attempts to capture or kill him. He still commands the Afghan Taliban as they continue killing US and NATO troops. He and other top commanders do all of this according to US intelligence from sanctuaries here in Pakistan. It was the Pakistan military who helped create the Taliban. When the CIA was funding many of these same Afghan groups in the 1980s in their war against the Soviets, it was the Pakistan military that delivered the money, expertise and weapons like Stinger missiles. Now, for the first time in this CNN interview, the Pakistan military concedes it still maintains contact with the Taliban. At the military headquarters, we met Major General Athar Abbas, who concedes the army's links with the Taliban were toned down after 9/11, but
having said that, no intelligence organization in the world shuts its last door on any other organization.
And more than talking to the Taliban, the general says the Pakistan military can actually get the Taliban to sit down with the United States and broker a ceasefire.
And that's where Pakistan can perhaps provide valuable assistance to the American mission.
I think, yes, that can be worked out. That's possible.
And this is one of the men who says he can help work that deal.
People like me, who served the cause of the freedom of Afghanistan.
Former CIA ally General Hamid Gul, once the head of Pakistan's equivalent of the CIA, known as the ISI, he is famed as the godfather of the Taliban.
The guarantees can be given, no problem.
How? In terms of American national interest, who does America need to dialogue with?
Mullah Omar, nobody else.
Mullah Omar, the most important Taliban leader. But to get him and the other Taliban to the table, Pakistan wants something in return. It wants the United States to use its influence to rein in Pakistan's #1 military rival, India. India's close association with the US-backed government in Afghanistan worries the Pakistanis. And the Pakistanis accuse India of supporting armed separatists in one of Pakistan's provinces. And senior US officials tell CNN the Obama administration is willing to raise those concerns with India. And the US is willing to talk with Mullah Omar and other Taliban commanders. Michael Ware, CNN.